Hi guys, today I'm gonna make some infused oils, but resin infused oils. What I have right here are chunks of dragon's blood. Now this is real dragon's blood, which of course is actually a sap from a tree, which you guys probably know. I use dragon's blood in a lot of my body oils and a lot of my essential oil blends. But in order to do that, I first make my infused oil using the actual resin. So what I'm going to do is, dragon's blood chunks are quite hard, and they also come quite large. This is a piece I've actually already broken up that you're seeing here. But they usually come more in huge chunks like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the dragon's blood chunks. I'm going to put them in a plastic baggie. Then I'm going to wrap the bag in a towel. And take a hammer to it for a couple of whacks. Okay, so there we are. Since my tripod still hasn't gotten here, I didn't want to bang it on the table because the camera's resting on the table. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my dragon blood resin. I'm going to take those crushed chunks. And I'm going to do a small one for you guys. Now normally I use 1 gallon containers, but I couldn't fit it in the camera. So I'm going to just do a quart. So I'm going to just pour that. Get all of these chunks, because it is quite pricey to get pure dragon's blood. Don't want to waste any of it. And I'm going to weigh this to make sure I have enough. Okay, that's 2.5 ounces. I actually want a little bit more because I like to make my infusions more on the stronger side. So I'm going to actually crush a couple of more ounces. Okay, now I've measured out 2 more ounces of the dragon's blood resin. And I want to show you how careful you have to be. It is very staining. The slightest touch and the dragon's blood resin will stain fabric. So again, I'm going to just add the crushed resin to my jar, and then I'm going to add sunflower oil. Okay, so now I'm going to take my sunflower oil and I'm going to add it to the resin. And leave some headroom. And then I'm going to process this in a hot water bath like I do with my other infusions. Like always, we want to make sure that all of the particles, as much of them as possible, are coated in the oil. We don't want to see clumps at the bottom. We want everything to get properly incorporated and infused. Now, dragon's blood adds a nice earthiness to your different essential oil blends. It's an excellent base note. And what I do for a lot of my body oils, for which I create my essential oil blends. I'll use actual infused dragon's blood oil to start off with as my base, and then I build on top of that with other essential oils. Okay, that looks really great. So now I'm going to try and see if I can show you how to set up a water bath canner with one hand holding a camera. Okay, so here we have our stainless steel stock pot filled halfway with water. And I'm going to take this rack and I'm going to sit that at the bottom. That way the bottom of my glass jar is not touching the bottom of the pot. Then I'm going to take the dragon's blood infused oil and I'm going to sit it on the rack. And I'm going to let this sit on low heat for about 2.5 to 3 hours. And then I'm going to let it cool down on its own. I'm not going to refrigerate it to speed it up. I want it to slowly cool down to continue to absorb all the scent and color from the dragon's blood resin. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing, but this time I'm making an oil infused with myrrh. So this is a big clump of myrrh resin. I've already broken it up and have it in my jar here. And again, I'm going to just add, slowly add my sunflower oil. Now, I'm going to take this and I'm going to add it to my canning pot that already has the dragon's blood resin in there. Since I have plenty of room in there, I can make both, heat process both of them at the same time. Now again, this is an infused oil, not to be confused with an essential oil. You're not going to suddenly have myrrh or dragon's blood or frankincense essential oils. No, this is an infused oil. So the scent wouldn't hold up in your cold processed soaps. You would have to either add the crushed resin, and even then, you know, it takes a beating from the lye. But you can use this in like your lotions, your body oils, body butters, what have you. And again, as a base to your fragrance blends for your products. A lot of my scent blends that contain myrrh or frankincense or dragon's blood resin, not only do I use the essential oils, but I put them in a base oil that has been infused with the resin. So we're going to add this to our water bath canner, and again, it's going to process low heat for about 3 hours. Okay, next up is frankincense, which you probably already guessed that would be the next one. This is frankincense resin. They're golden amber in color, and you preferably a higher quality frankincense is going to contain a lot of clear chunks versus opaque. I'm running really low on things. This is all the frankincense I have left, so unfortunately I can't make a full-sized batch. But frankincense is a base in a lot of my earthier blends. And again, I'm going to just put this in a water bath canner with the dragon's blood and the myrrh, and just let those sit for 3 hours and then let them cool down overnight. And here are the finished infused resin oils. You'll notice the viscosity of your oil being a lot thicker after the process.